Hi everyone, Yaka here. Since the last video, I had a few comments just down below. You can see them. So thank you for the comments. Just on music and Travian Jill. It's really great. I am not monetized in any way. I do this because I think it's fun and I really like sharing, and I think this is a great platform. So that's what I enjoy. But I really enjoy seeing the subscriber count grow, which it does. The comments really great, and just seeing people viewing the videos. That is all the motivation for me, and thank you so much for doing that. This time around, we'll be focusing on another achievement on the Paladin, and this is a tough one. But let's have a look. It's gonna be 3 different decks that I'll talk about and showcase. But let's have a look at the decks and the achievements while they are done. And there we go. The achievements are done. Okay, so I will try and keep this short and sweet. We have 3 decks that we have to go through because I use different decks for each of the achievements. So I'll try to shorten it, and of course deck codes are in the description. The first one is related to the achievement Not Just a Boulder, where you need to generate like a really big earthen golem. The deck in itself is a pure paladin list with a few adjustments because now you have the earthen package in there. Mulligan wise, you want to do what you do for a pure paladin. Probably don't need me to tell that about now because it's been there for a couple of expansions. Like get a 1-drop and then either coin or curve into a Book It Down. But the adjustment here is that you have, for instance, your Stoneheart King to generate earthens. You have the Disciple of Amethyst to generate earthens, and then you have Tyr to either summon an earthen directly. And worth noting is that it generates as a 2 and then it gets the buff. So you will be able to get earthens out of Tyr. And also Tyr's Tyr. Not that it has something to do with the different minions, but once it's summoned as a 2/2 and then it gets the buff. So it's not a 2/2 earthen, it actually counts towards what you want to do with the achievement. One thing that is worth noting, I'm not even sure I have it in the gameplay, but what I realized is that this is summoned as a 2. Also, if you when they are summoned, they are a 2, and therefore Blood Matriarch Liadrin actually works because it's with the summon effect. So this means that you, when, let's just take the example of you have a 14 attack earthen golem that you generate the 7th one, then once you generate it, it gets rush and divine shield, and then it gets the bonus. So you have a 14/14 rush divine shield minion. That's kind of cool. It's not winning all the games in Hearthstone at the moment because of the power level, but it's actually a cool interaction. Okay, so that's regarding the earthen one, and it's pretty easy to get through. I only took a few games, so just make sure that you try to prioritize your earthens in your earthen generation. So the concept behind the next one is rather easy, but it's really tricky, and it's the worst deck, the worst one of the bunch, I think. So, but you definitely can win with it. You have a lot of what you need to do is that you need from Tyr to generate a 2 and 3 and 4 attack minion, which are legendaries. And you have a few options here. You have Kotori. I only put in because you can do like a Dude Paladin build and try to go for it, but it's not even the best deck in the game at the moment. So try and get this out of the way. This is kind of a dude, a recruit archetype, Silverhand recruit archetype, but I removed all the 3 and 2 attack minions, which actually makes the Dude Paladin somewhat better. So there's a lot of dude generation in here, but you only want the legendaries because it's gonna be taking a long time before you hit actually the ones, and they are legendary minions. Just make sure that you play all the different ones, and I'd just like to say for the gameplay section I focused on showing you how to win with the deck, not necessarily how to do the achievement. So you might not be able to see me do this, but as you could see initially I have, and also below, I have completed the achievement, so it is definitely possible to do. I also want to showcase to you that you can win with the deck and some of the strategies behind it. So drop the legendary minions, 2, 3, 4 attack over the course of the game. It is a dude strategy, so you want to swarm the board, and you can definitely win with Crusader's Aura as well. And then you want to drop Tyr to generate the legendary minions. let's keep it to this, and then you'll be able to see it in the gameplay section. And for the last one, it actually turned out better than I expected. It is a really aggressive deck, and as you can see over there, the Mech Paladin build that I have, I took some inspiration, of course, from other decks, but generally I put this together and really wanted to make sure that it was a really aggressive list. And you can see we topped this one out at 4 mana, so you are. Some games I tried to be on turn 1 and I had 5 minions out there. How did I do it? Well, you have some 1 cost minions. You can coin your Inventor's Aura, and then they're free, and then you just swarm the board with stuff. And then the plan is, from that aggressive start, you need to be able to close out the game. But 2 really MVP cards in here is Inventor's Aura, definitely, if you have a lot of cards, and then Radar Detector to generate or to draw you all these mechs. And have like a second win, because on turn 4 or 5 you kind of want to be closing out the game like really fast, and then maybe finishing off with the Crusader's Aura. So this is actually, with this more than 60% win rate, surprised me a little bit, but it's not towards the very high levels of Legend that I'm using the deck, and try to prioritize a little bit, even though sometimes it's not the most efficient one. It'll take a bit of time to get to 60 mechs that is generated out of the X21, so I usually try to prioritize magnetic effects to go on the repair bot. It is also a good like replenishment, but sometimes when your opponent sees like this massive board and you have like this huge repair bot, they just concede the game and then you don't get to generate it. So yeah, it is a powerful deck, and sometimes it is as powerful that you do not even get to generate the magnetized mechs from the repair bot. But it's a fun one actually, and if you like aggressive decks, this could definitely be something for you to also climb with. Let's leave it at that. Mulligan wise, just want to keep your 1-drops, but I would actually opt into keeping Inventor's Aura and Radar Detector more often than not. Those 2 in conjunction are so powerful. Let's have a look at some of the gameplay for the decks that I've used to complete the achievements for Paladin.
Liadrin versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory. All hands on deck.
That one is actually kind of nice to get the earthens going. Sure. And maybe against Control Priest, if it's Control Priest likely it is, then I can just get the earthens to be big enough to actually beat him.
Need a bit more spice over here.
Clears that one, that gets me to something to do on turn 2. Do we just tap away here? Sure, let's just develop a broader board. And then on 3 Sanguine, and then Hero Power. And then on 4, if the board sticks, then we're gonna go for Crusader's Aura.
I don't have enough mana.
Easy now.
A red sun rises.
Too spicy.
If he clears the board, then it's Stonehearth King. If not, then Crusader Aura. Just pressure him. Uh-oh. What does he want there? Likely this one, right? Or draw. Amethyst is probably the worst one for me if he draws that one. Or Horn, maybe. Alright. Let's get going. Sticking to the game plan. And then he needs to clear somehow. It really depends. In one of these matchups, The Earthens are likely. It could be the way to go. Oh, that's great. Just imagine that he removed the death rattle on this one. I would have been so annoyed, since it is the achievements that we're hunting. It's still gonna be so much damage. We're just gonna keep on pushing. Boom. What are you gonna do? And even if he like clears the board, it's gonna leave an earthen. The AoE, it's not enough.
You have been. Liadrin versus the Lich King.
All will serve me in death.
All hands on deck.
Alright, let's see. We need some early stuff. And what we want to do is that we want to get to tier. We want to find tier, and then we want to get the 2, 3, and 4. I only have 2. Pardon me. 2 attack and a 3 attack and a 4 attack is legendaries. This means that if I just get to tier and I played the other ones, then it's guaranteed.
Reporting for duty.
You gotta play this a little bit aggressive. It's kind of, it is a pure paladin list that plays like that. I think this is kind of a fine matchup for me in this regard. We have a lot of healing already, that's fine.
Reporting for duty.
Repent.
I want to add a bit of pressure here. So even if we don't get to show off tier and get it to a 3 and a 4 attack, then at least I should be able to, hopefully be able to showcase that it's possible to win with the deck. Oh, great! I guess Crusader's Aura can be for the next turn. So right now we just built a broader board. Who's a bit of damage, and then let's see. This one is gonna be massive. On turn 8.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
That's pretty cool. And actually, I'm not really interested in trading here, so I'm just gonna play this guy. And we're just gonna push.
The battle! The battle!
Repent.
Then this matchup is more against maybe the control decks and stuff. You have the time to make the game plan work, but this is pretty much, it's not checkmate, but it's at least check.
Pick me! Pick me!
What do you have?
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Then we have this one on the second on 3. And then what are you gonna do, right? They don't have any weapon removal, so the winning with this deck is definitely possible. You just need a little bit more time to make sure that you get to the achievement condition through tier.
Can you feel the gift of the sun?
Dude, that's not enough. Just gonna BM the nutty stuff out of this one and play both Feast and Famines. Draw all you want. And that's tier. Hello. This game we don't need to, but there we go. So definitely possible to win with the deck. It's not the best one, but it's possible.
Liadrin versus
Alright.
Enger.
Let's see.
He's my
I think-
brave company.
Nothing I even
All
know.
hands
On
on
hold,
deck.
yes, gotten a little bit of a resurgence. Maybe that's it. But it's rather slow. It could be like Oh, and I can go, wow, I can go really wide on the first turn. I'll do this one and one and another one. Then I might want to keep the coin for the gorilla bot. Which don't do anything. Don't do anything.
You here for the tour?
Dude, that is something. So you know what? I could go for Inventor's Aura on the next turn.
Options.
Let's just do this. Also, of course, it also depends on the top deck, right? Wow, that was a slow turn. I think we go in now. And I guess what we will try and do is to get the gorilla bot, because I played this, it goes down to 1, then I can coin it. Let's do that.
Want to hear my playlist?
And here we go. Potentially that's pretty badass for the next turn. Let's do that. And do I want to get the value out of that one? Could do this on turn 4.
Want to hear my playlist?
At least we'll save this one, the discount for the next turn. Yeah, I guess on the next turn I can go like. But it's still very slow. Oh, dude, how do we approach this? That one, then that one. Let's go for the full mech. That's also pretty good. And then next turn, it's probably just gonna be these two. No, I do want to get the X21. This is just really good. Alrighty. That's also just really, really good.
Twist this, tighten that, and bolt over there. Little box.
There's like almost no way. Like 12 damage face. I'll do this. Like a half measure, that's fine. This sticks a turn and we're just done.
Who here can spell Zinjari?
I'll just
Anybody?
put this one on there and then that's 18 damage.
Pick me, pick me.
That's it. We are donesos. Aww. Well. There we go.